It's time to Ask the Expert on ESPN 700. Ask the Expert is brought to you by Intermountain Healthcare Sports Medicine. Now let's get some insight on sports injuries and treatment on TK in the Midday on Utah's #1 sports talk, ESPN 700.
All right, TK in the Midday we are live at Fiddler's Elbow and Sugar House. Time to Ask the Expert, brought to you by Intermountain Healthcare Sports Medicine. Dr. Mike Holmstrom is with Tosh Orthopedic, the orthopedic surgeon team. Dr. Holmstrom, thank you so much for joining us here on TK in the Midday.
Oh, absolutely, anytime.
Well, you may have heard the breaking news. Devontae Booker, Utah's outstanding running back, will be out until the bowl game, and I'm going to get from you whether that's a realistic possibility. He's having surgery to repair, I believe, what is a torn meniscus. Maybe you could enlighten us. It seems minor. It will obviously keep him down 4 to 6 weeks, depending. What are some of the variables in the return? Is it a fairly straightforward surgery?
Yeah, the meniscus is kind of a shock-absorbing cartilage between the femur and the tibia, the two main bones of the knee. And as long as it's smooth, we can bend and twist and glide. Most tears act kind of like hangnails, where they just kind of catch and are irritating enough that they interfere with your performance. And so if it's a tear that's like that, typically you just go essentially just like a hangnail. You just trim it out. I think I did 8 of them yesterday, so it's pretty common surgery.
I actually had a meniscectomy, it's called, years ago from basketball. It was just that. It was just getting in the way of the normal motion in my knee, and it wasn't as minor as it is now. But maybe can you project? Obviously, you haven't seen Devontae Booker. You're not treating him, but we're looking at a timetable. So he has surgery here. It's the 19th of November. Yeah. And then we're looking at a bowl game, which could be, say January 1st. That would be a nice date if it's the Final Four, which is a long shot. That's a week later or so. But what about January 1?
Yeah, it's within the realm of possibility, mostly because he comes into it already at such a high level of fitness. The first week or so, you're kind of taking it easy. Within a week or so, you're getting back on your exercise bike. It might be 3 or 4 weeks until you're starting to kind of run a bit, and then kind of reconditioning. Again, he would bounce back a lot quicker than the average person, just because he comes into it already in great shape.
We're asking the expert, Dr. Mike Holmstrom with Tosh Orthopedic Surgeon Team. So, here's the question for his personal goals. Obviously, the NFL is coming a knocking, so the timetable for him is the combines and the pro days and so forth. Is it an issue? Is he going to be okay if he played on January 1, or is that too dicey and he's got to make a decision based on what's best for him, his future?
Again, without knowing the details, assuming it's just a trim, if you go back too soon, you typically won't do more damage to it. You just may not be at a high enough performance to make it worth being in there. If it's to the point where he can't run, can't do what he needs to do, in some ways it's almost a detriment to the team as opposed to a benefit. And that's the decision they're going to have to make as it gets closer.
Exactly. And then the last thought is so let's say it's closer. Is it a pain issue, or is it just whether he's back and ready to take hits? I mean, because the knee will have been repaired within a week or two, right?
Yeah, once you trim it out, unless it's a meniscus repair, which is less common, but something else we do. But if they do if it is one we can just trim, you're just waiting for the incisions to heal, waiting for people to recover from it, but there's really nothing that you're protecting per se.
Okay. Well, not knowing what exactly is going on, that was great. So there is hope for the bowl game on January 1. Dr. Holmstrom, thank you so much. You brought music to the ears of Utah fans everywhere.
We'll all cross our fingers and be hoping the best for them.
Okay, thanks. That was Ask the Expert, brought to you by Intermountain Healthcare Sports Medicine. Dr. Mike Holmstrom with Tosh Orthopedic Surgery did a great job there on short notice, updating us on the possibilities for Devontae Booker as he faces surgery to correct a meniscus issue in his knee. Again, out certainly until the bowl game, maybe.